Welcome back to Live Free, Live Wild. I'm going to show you guys how to make homemade fire starters. Pretty simple. Get you some golf wax. It's just paraffin wax. It's used for cooking and canning and a bunch of different household things. I know you women know what these are. These are wipes for makeup to clean your face, and we're gonna make these. These are awesome little fire starters. Throw them in a little Ziploc and they work great. Now this one is the first batch I made. This time we're gonna step it up a little bit and we're gonna add a little camp fuel to the mix, so stay tuned. So let's get our fire going. You can do this on your stove. I wouldn't recommend doing the camp fuel on the stove in the kitchen, and you can just do the wax on your stove. They work good too. If you hear some extra noise, I'm at the beach. Might get some train noises and some car noises. It's Lake Michigan behind me. First thing you're going to do is prep your wax. Use a pot that you don't care about. This is just a little cheap pan that I got at Walmart, the camping aisle. Just going to shave little pieces off. That way it melts faster. Doesn't take a lot. Well, it depends on how many you're doing. If you're gonna do that whole bag, it'll probably take, that's an 80 count. It'll probably take 1.5 blocks. I'm not doing that many. I'm just gonna show you how to do it. I still got a bunch left over. I always keep them in a Ziploc with all my camping stuff and hiking stuff. This is just a little Gatorade bottle I found here on the beach. Just a little bit. Throw this in there to start soaking up some of that fuel. Soaked up a lot more than I thought. want something to get it out. And just like that, my wax is melted. You gotta watch this wax, it's got a high spark temperature. If you keep the heat on that, the stuff will catch on fire. So you just want to put a little heat on it, let it melt, and shut your heat off. And I'll take this. Better if you got tongs, old pliers, needle nose pliers, anything to grab something with. You don't want to put your fingers in there, it's hot. It's wax, hot wax. So that's it. Now you let that dry. It's best to do these on a parchment paper, you know, the wax paper you cook with, bake with. It's stuck to my rock. It'll still work. It doesn't have to be pretty. But I'll show you how well these take a flame. And how long they stay lit. So this, and remember, this doesn't have any fuel on it. This just has the pad and the wax. So what you're going to do is you'll break it up, and you don't have to use a whole one. Break it up a little bit, tear it apart if you want. I usually tear them apart. That'll sit there and burn like a candle until it's gone. So gives you a lot of time to get your fire going. They work really well. Throw this one back in your bag so you got one for later. There you go. We'll wait for this one to dry. I'll come back after that one dries and we'll see the difference. See if the camp fuel makes a difference. Be right back. So it's dry now. It's dry. We're gonna see which one's better. I tested the little piece that stuck to the rock and thinking that the fuel is gonna be the way to go. But they both work, so it's however you want to do it. Oh, by the way, in the link or the description down below, there'll be a link to Patreon and a link to my PayPal if you want to help support the channel, keep it going. A real wise man once said, support what you like or it goes away. Some of you might know who said that. Leave it down in the comments who said that. Alright, so let's check it out. Here is just wax. Okay. Here is fuel. I don't know if you guys can see that. Wax one went out because of the wind. The fuel one, it's not going out. So, I recommend using the fuel method. The wax one still works. You just gotta, dig you a hole, make sure the wind ain't hitting it. But I would go with the fuel. Definitely. You could use, like I'm just using white gas. It's for like camp stoves and stuff like that. You can probably use kerosene, gasoline, lighter fluid, barbecue fluid, whatever. Some kind of accelerant. So there you go. Make them. Get out in the woods, have some fun. Like, share, and subscribe, and live free, live wild. See you on the next one.